says that she loves me. Isn't it lovely when the one you loving is the one you're loving?
You are incredible. Let me welcome the one and only Gina Yashere.
Hey, Karen, how you doing?
I am good. Right, let me apologize. You know, it's wild that there are people that are doing great things. I run into this a lot. Like, people don't know who I am, right? And that's fine, because we don't walk around being, like with banners on. Like, look, I'm so awesome. So you're just regular people. I'm going down your list of things that you've done. And then you got a show on CBS that you produced, executive produced, wrote. And I'm just like, damn, I wasted an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? This is why preparations waste an opportunity to really have a conversation. So I was like, whenever she comes back, please come on through. So thank you for agreeing to come on, even though I did not give you the proper reverence.
Oh, thanks for having me. I don't need reverence.
Yes, you do. Yes, because very few people are doing. So I was thinking about Nigerian mother, father, country, and you're supposed to be a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer, and you're a comedian. So did you have to have $1 million in the bank before you told your family what you were doing?
No, I mean, my mother always knew I was the crazy one. So she knew that if one of them, her kids, was going to buck the trend, it was going to be me. So I did do engineering first. I followed the path. I became an engineer. I got the qualifications. I did the job for a few years. And so when I went to her and said, I'm left engineering, I'm going to be a comedian, she obviously was not happy. She was like, what the hell? What? You're leaving engineering to become a clown. What is this nonsense? And I was like, don't worry, mums. I can always go back to engineering. I've got the degree. If the comedy thing doesn't work out, I'm just see it as a little work vacation. I will be back being an engineer before you know it. So that's what I did to massage her fears. I told her that I can always go back to engineering because I have the qualifications. They can't take that away from me. So she was like, fine. But then I just never went back.
Well, obviously, I mean, listen, you probably, how many Yasheres are there?
What do you mean?
Siblings.
Oh,
That's your name, right?
I got 2 brothers, 2 sisters.
Okay, so there's five of you.
Countless cousins. Well, actually, there's more Yasheres because when my dad went back to Nigeria, he had a whole other family. So there's a bunch of other Yasheres in Nigeria. There's a lot of us. But the ones I know, my close siblings, there's 5 of us kids. But there's others. I've met some of them.
I have so much to unpack. When does one know that you can do this, because you gotta be in the top 5. You're funny. I mean, like good funny, like good. And I unfortunately watch way too much television and a lot of comedy specials that I don't talk about on the air because I am not here to insult people too much.
There's a lot of garbage out there.
Lots of it. So what is it people don't read enough? Because I feel like comedians were the smart people.
Yeah.
And the folk that either lived a life like Richard Pryor, like you've done all of the things, so you got stuff to talk about, or you just were like, Lenny Bruce or George Carlin or Moms Mabley, where you've done a lot and you could bring something to the table. Like, what has happened?
Yeah, so I come from that era of comedy where the comedy was the last bastion of true art that is not based on youth and looks. Comedy was the last bastion of that. But we're fast losing that, where in this advent of social media, people just blowing up off bullshit that they post on TikTok or whatever, now comedy's become a stepping stone to movie stardom. Like, I am a comedian first and foremost. That's what I love. All the other stuff that comes off the back of it, yeah, I'm in a sitcom. I act. I do other things. I can present. I could host a talk show, but I'm a comedian who can act. I'm not an actor pretending to be a comedian, and there's the difference. So I want to do comedy, and then I use all the other things that I get along the way to feed my comedy. So even my sitcom, so to speak, I've got a sitcom, and I'm on the show, but I'm like, how can I use my fame from this sitcom to get more people to come out and see me do my comedy? Whereas right now, the industry is full of people who just want to be movie stars or just want to be famous. and comedy is seen as a stepping stone to that. But because of the new whole young social media star audience, they can't tell the difference. And so you're getting a lot of specials being given to people who are not necessarily good comedians, but they have a look. They're good looking, they're blonde, they're young, they're pretty, they're this, and they fit that remit of what sells now, which is young and hot. And they're getting specials even though they've had no life, they've got nothing to say, they can barely string two words together. So yeah, there aren't many of us comedians left who are actual, you know, who are real
craftspeople. Craftspeople. I'm gonna make a prediction that just like if you're a good parent, you don't feed your child cookies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because they want cookies. The children will want cookies or ice cream or whatever. So right now, we're a society of horrible parenting. We're giving the people cookies and ice cream. Eventually, their tummy's gonna hurt. And when their tummy stop hurting, there's only a few people that can actually cook. Hi, Gina Yashere, and I can cook. Let's cook.
I hope so. I hope so. I mean, it's a struggle getting. You know, I'm watching these mediocre comics selling out massive venues, and I'm like, and then I have to go, you know what? I can't look sideways at other people. I just have to concentrate on my own journey. And the people who want to come and see me and see good stuff, they will come. And that's what I got to concentrate on. But I spent many years being furious going, how's this person selling out these masks? And they're terrible. This is garbage. But now I have to go, you know what? Let me just do my own thing and enjoy my own journey.
Well, your journey is amazing. We're talking with Gina Yashere. She is the co-creator, executive producer of Bob Hart's Abishola. She's also a stand-up. She's got a bunch of specials out. You can Google search all of them and find them. And you can go to Gina Yashere, YASHERE.com and check out where she's going to be performing next. So I don't know if you answered the question about on your way to engineering school, when did you know
I was
comedy? Well,
I
not funny because I think a lot of us were class clowns or whatever. We think we're funny. Very few of us become professional comedians. That's a whole other.
That's a whole other thing. I didn't. I became an engineer. I'd always been funny. I didn't know that it was a career option because on TV in England, it's just all white men and one black guy. But you see those.
Did you have Benny Hill? Because we had Benny Hill.
Yeah, we did have Benny Hill. I did like Benny Hill as a kid. I thought it was funny because it was very slapsticky and stupid. Now looking back at it, it was very problematic, but I didn't know that at the time. But so I saw those people as a different species of person. Those are the people that are on TV, and I'm just a regular person. So you never saw that as a comedy, as a career option. And I still didn't. I became an engineer. I was going to be an engineer. I was never going to be the best engineer in the world, but I was going to be adequate enough. I was going to be an engineer. So that was what was my thing.
Electrical, chemical?
Both, electrical, electronics. My last job was working for Otis, the elevator company, the biggest elevator company in the world. I used to build and repair elevators. So that's part mechanical, part electrical, part electronics, because that's when computers started controlling elevators. So I had all disciplines. And I was their first female engineer in their 100-year history in the UK. First, which sounds great, but it wasn't. I underwent a baptism of fire, racism, misogyny. I worked on building construction sites. So I'd come into work and I'd put on my overalls and there are banana skins in my pockets, or they've stuck pictures of monkeys and apes on the wall above my stuff. So it was crazy racism that I put up with every day. Openly called the N-word at work. It was all of that.
That was allowed? People could just call you the N-word?
Oh yeah, we're on construction sites. We're not in an office where they have an HR. This is a construction site where it's all white men who are used to being around other white men, and this black woman is coming into their space.
Walk me through an instance, because I'm just trying to put myself in your shoes right now, and your construction, your Timberlands. I don't know what y'all was wearing back then, but. So you come into work to fix the program, the elevator, you're the smartest person on the site. Mm-hmm. How are they, when does the N-word fly out of a mouth?
They didn't want to work with me. I don't want to work with that N-word. What is she doing there? How does she know what she doesn't know what she's doing? They've just hired her to, as a diversity exercise. I don't know what's going on there. I live in an area where there's no N-words. I wouldn't have them living in my area. they'd have open conversations in front of me how they would never have black people, they'd never live where black people were, and if black people came, this is what they do. Open conversations. I'm hearing all of this. And, at one point, I actually pulled a guy aside and I said, if you call me the N-word one more time, I got 2 brothers. I got 2 N-words in my family, and I will send them around your house to fuck you up. And then he never spoke to me again. But so I put up with that for a long time, but I had to stay there and go, you're going to try and you're trying to drive me out, and I'm not going to let that happen. So I'm going to prove that I'm better than you at this job. And I stuck that job out for 4 years. I stuck that job out, got the promotion, but because I was the first woman that ever had, when I got a promotion, I was supposed to be running at the site. So I went there to train and learn all the skills for running a site. And when it came time for me to go, right, I've learned the skills, I've done everything that you're supposed to do. Where's my site that I'm supposed to be running? I'm manage my own site. They were like, yeah, we don't think the guys are going to listen to a woman running a site. So tell you what, we'll give you the promotion and we'll give you the money that comes with promotion, but you're going to stay in the same position that you are. So I was like, well, hell no, I'm not doing that. So I ended up leaving the company. And it was in that interim, I was very angry, obviously, and I put up with a lot over 4 years and my entire life up until that point. I was in England. So I was very angry. I joined the Nation of Islam for about 10 minutes. And
wait, there's a Nation of Islam in Great
Britain? Yeah, absolutely.
Going through fruits.
Absolutely.
Fruits okay.
Wait, hold on. Gina Yashere. You've got to read my book. Okay. It's all in the book. God.
It's all in the book?
It's all in the book, Karen.
I'm going to get this thing. I'm going to get in this book right now. Hold on a second.
Because I see all those beautiful black women on the shelf behind you.
Yeah.
I don't see my book on the shelf behind you.
There's not there, but hold on. Yeah,
it's called Cack-Handed.
Let me get the book. All right, hold on. Cack-Handed, a memoir. I'm getting it right now. Look at this.
I also do the audio. I also do the audio. So you can
okay, so I'm going to do the audio because I'm looking for a book after this book that I'm listening to.
I run my fingers through her hair as she smiles and says that she loves me. Isn't it lovely when the one you love thinks